Welcome back to The Explainer. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're skipping the usual agenda and dropping you straight into a fast-paced 3D medical journey right inside the human chest. We're going microscopic to see exactly how doctors perform one of the absolute most remarkable, life-saving procedures in modern medicine to basically fix our internal plumbing. Okay, let's dive into this. What exactly happens when the arteries feeding your heart become blocked? We kind of have to establish the critical, literally life or death stakes for the heart muscle right away. You know, your heart is a pump, but it's also a muscle. And just like any other muscle in your body, it requires a constant, uninterrupted supply of energy. If that supply gets cut off, well, the consequences are immediate and they're severe. To really grasp the problem, we first need to understand the baseline. Think of healthy coronary arteries as the heart's vital highways. Their sole, absolutely critical job is acting as vital supply lines, just constantly delivering oxygen-rich fuel directly to the heart muscle. When these highways are clear and wide open, blood flows smoothly, and your heart gets all the oxygen it needs to keep pumping efficiently, day in and day out. But the story doesn't always stay quite so perfect. On one side, sure, we have those wide open healthy highways. But on the other side, we meet the real villain of our story, the gradual buildup of plaque along the artery walls. Over time, this plaque accumulates, turning a wide open highway into a really dangerous narrowed bottleneck. And this isn't some sudden event, right? It's a gradual creeping restriction that slowly pinches off the passageway, directly restricting the flow of that essential oxygen-rich blood to the heart muscle. The tension here is immense, because the heart is slowly being starved of its fuel. Well, this is exactly where the medical hero of our explainer steps in, percutaneous coronary intervention. It's commonly abbreviated as PCI, or you might know it as a coronary angioplasty. It's really vital we grasp this clinical terminology before the microscopic action starts. PCI is a highly targeted, incredibly precise medical procedure designed to solve the exact problem we just looked at. It's used to open blocked or narrowed coronary arteries and restore them to their proper function. So how exactly does this clinical marvel work? Initiating the intervention requires absolute precision. We're now preparing to tactically enter that blocked passageway. I mean, just imagine the sheer skill required to navigate a tiny, fragile tunnel deep inside the human chest, all while the heart is still actively beating. It's a remarkable feat of navigation, and it starts with a very specific set of tools designed to travel through our vascular system right to the site of that plaque buildup. Let's move to and see how this builds. First, a tiny guide wire is carefully advanced right through the blocked section of the artery. This wire acts as a scout, basically finding the path through the absolute narrowest part of the bottleneck. And following that wire, a balloon catheter carrying a compressed stent is guided directly to the site of the blockage. So we've successfully navigated the treacherous, narrowed passageway, and our medical payload is now perfectly positioned right in the middle of the plaque. And that brings us to the true climax of the intervention procedure, expanding the stent. This is the exact moment where the physical correction of the artery happens. The tools are in place, the blockage is surrounded, and the physical architecture of the narrowed artery is about to be completely transformed from the inside out. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the mechanics of it all. First, the balloon at the end of the catheter inflates. And we're not talking about a gentle puff of air here. It's a controlled, highly forceful expansion. As that balloon inflates, it pushes outward against the compressed stent. To put that into perspective, these stents are incredibly tiny, often just a few millimeters wide, yet they're engineered to withstand immense pressure. The stent itself, which is this tiny metal mesh tube, is forced to expand outward, pressing incredibly hard against the artery walls. The balloon provides the sheer mechanical force needed to crank the structure wide open. So the crucial point is, we aren't actually cutting the plaque out or making it magically disappear. Instead, the incredible outward pressure of the expanding stent literally pushes the plaque aside. It forcefully flattens that dangerous buildup right against the artery walls, utterly defeating the bottleneck and widening the channel right back to where it needs to be. With the passageway finally cleared, the initial tools can retreat. The balloon is deflated and carefully removed, traveling back out over the guide wire. But the true hero, the stent, remains securely in place. It acts as a permanent, incredibly strong metal scaffolding, holding the line against the plaque, ensuring that this newly widened passageway stays wide open for the long haul. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate goal of the entire procedure, restoring normal blood flow. Without the plaque choking off the tunnel, red blood cells can flow freely once again, surging right past the metal scaffolding of the stent exactly as they are supposed to. The resolution here is profound. Oxygen-rich blood reaches the heart muscle efficiently once again. And I want to connect this directly back to why this matters for you, or for anyone who undergoes this procedure. Your heart is the engine of your body, and that oxygen-rich blood is its essential fuel. By widening that highway, PCI ensures that the heart is no longer starving. It restores the delivery of vital nutrients and oxygen, allowing the heart to pump strongly and efficiently. It's quite literally giving the heart its lifeblood back. So isn't it incredible that a permanent, tiny piece of microscopic scaffolding is all that stands between restricted flow and a healthy pumping heart? I mean, modern medicine's ability to navigate our internal pathways, identify a life-threatening blockage, and then deploy a microscopic fix to our internal plumbing is nothing short of fascinating. It's this perfect blend of biology and engineering working together to keep the human body running. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey inside the arteries. I hope this explainer gave you a clear, structured look at exactly how coronary angioplasty works. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.